And as you breathe out, allow the breath to completely escape, and then let your hands come down to rest on your lap or on your legs. If it feels best for you to keep them on your body, then please do that. And we're going to start gently manipulating the breath. We're going to work with a slightly lengthened inhale this morning so that we can cultivate a sense of energy and vitality. So we're going to breathe in. To begin with, 3 rounds, breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. So keeping the breath equal, samavritti, just to start to notice what it feels like to control the breath a little. So breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 4. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out for 4. Now we're going to extend that inhale and breathe in for a count of 6. So inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out for 4. Just continue that rhythm. If you're finding that 6 count inhale is a little challenging, just a couple of things you can do. Just really shift your posture so the spine is really long. Give your chest and breath space, as much openness as possible to breathe in extra breath. And if it's still feeling a little challenging, I don't want there to be any great force or effort in the control of the breath. So you can either count a little faster, or you can slow down and just count to a count of 4 or 5. Just making sure that in-breath is slightly longer than the out-breath. I'm going to continue with that rhythm. We're going to go 5 more rounds. Really feel the expansion of the chest and the ribs flaring out to create as much space so you can bring in as much prana, as much life force as possible. This is a practice to get you uplifted and energized this morning. So really feel into that sense of expansion. Once you've finished those 5 rounds, we're going to go 2 more rounds, and we're going to integrate a little kumbhaka, a little retention of the breath at the top of the inhale. So you'll breathe in for 6. And then we're going to hold the breath for 6 if you can. Otherwise, just hold for as long as you can. Maybe that's just a count of 2 or 3 or 4. And then you'll let the breath go for a count of 4. And we'll do that 2 times. So it'll be an inhale for 6. I'll hold the breath for 6. Feel the fullness in the chest. And letting the breath go for 4. And we're going to, for as much as we can, carry that 6 count inhale, 4 count exhale. So we're going to transition over onto our hands and knees. So even in the transitions, really staying locked into the presence of the breath in the body, moving with a count of 6 for the inhale, and landing in your tabletop position for a count of 4. Then we're going to move through some cat-cows. So as we breathe in, pulling the shoulders back, opening up the heart, tailbone tucks up towards the sky, fullness in the chest, and then exhale, tuck the tail under, dome through the shoulders, chin to chest, count of 4. So let's do 4 more of those. A 6 count inhale takes us into cow pose, opening up through the chest. Super gentle, it's early, the spine is probably pretty cold. Exhale, press through the floor, dome through the shoulders. 3 more of those. In breath, opening up, 6 counts. Out breath, contracting through the belly, doming through the back body, 4 counts. And 2 more of those in your own time and breath and rhythm. And then you'll make your way to a neutral spine on your next 6 count in breath. Tuck the toes, exhale for a count of 4, downward facing dog. So in your down dog, your feet are hip distance apart. I would anticipate that most of you have your heels off the floor unless you're super flexy through the back of the legs. Bend the knees gently. I'm going to send the sit bones up higher so that we extend through the spine. So that rather than having your legs completely straight and your spine rounded, we're going to bend the knees, make the spine straight, really dropping the shoulders through the armpits. Belly is gently engaged, sit bones raised. Take a 6 count inhale. And maybe there's even a big sigh as you breathe out. 6 counts in, 4 counts out. 6 counts in and out. We're going to roll forward to a high plank on the next in-breath. Inhale for 6. And we're going to stay here for 4. Out breath. Breathe in for 6. Really open up through that chest while you're pressing into the floor. And then downward facing dog as you breathe out. Roll forward, high plank, in-breath. Notice the movement needs to be slower to match that fullness of the breath. Stay here as you breathe out for 4. Breathe in for 6. Downward facing dog, exhale for 4. We're going to do that little practice one more time. Inhale for 6, high plank, finding a little bit of power and effort. Hold for 4. Big full breath in. And downward facing dog, exhale. Amazing. Walk all the way to the top of the mat. Big, big bend in the knees. Take a forward fold. And give yourself 3 big breaths in your forward fold. And then we're going to take a half lift on your 4th in-breath. So coming up into a halfway lift. Let's take the hands and place them just under the knees on the shins. We're going to pull the shoulders away from the ears. Give yourself some space through your chest and really allow the collarbones to smile. So you're really pulling back through the back of the shoulders. Pull the belly in a little so that we don't collapse through the spine. Your sit bones are sending their way back and away from you. So we've got as much length in the spine as possible. And we're going to stay here. Breathe in. Really fill up the chest as you inhale. And then pull the navel back to the spine as you breathe out for 6. And we're staying in this flat back position. There's going to be a little bit of fire in the back and the legs as you keep pushing into the floor. You keep yourself elevated in for 6. Fullness in chest. Exhale, navel to spine for 4. Really feel that power in the belly. One more time, in for 6. Navel to spine for 4. Amazing. Come all the way up. So from here, squeeze your butt, lift the chest, fingers to sky, Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring your hands to your heart as you breathe out. Full breath in, thumbs nestled against the sternum, lift the chest a little. And forward fold, Uttanasana, exhale. Awesome, let's take a half lift breath in. Maybe your fingers are on the floor, maybe they elevate off the earth. We'll land in downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. I'm going to take right leg to the sky on your inhale, 6 counts. So it's going to move pretty slow. Letting your movement match the rhythm of your breath. Tiger curl, draw the knee into your chest, take your shoulders, stack them over your wrist, squeeze through the belly. 3-legged dog, send the leg back for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tiger curl, knee to chest, shoulders stacked over wrists. Feel the engagement in the belly. One more time, 3-legged dog. Tiger curl. Wait for the end of the breath. Take the foot between your hands, find yourself in a lunge, drop the back knee. Fingers to the sky, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. You're going to really set your hips up here in a really solid foundation. So let's pull the right hip back. Left hip is driving forward, symmetrical across the front of the pelvis. Squeeze the butt. Right heel grounds down towards the floor. That activates your hamstrings and your butt on the right leg. You're going to squeeze the left butt cheek and drive that left hip forward. Take a cactus arm, so drop the elbows. Big breath in for 6. Stay for the exhale for 4. Navel to spine. Feel the power in the belly. Breath in for 6. Navel to spine for 4. Hands frame the front foot as you breathe in for 6. Plug the left hand into the floor, right fingertips to sky, twist to the right. So we're going to burn through a little bit here into the fire pit by squeezing out, wringing out through the belly. Activate the right inner thigh towards the left bicep. So you really fire up the central core line. Plug the left hand into the floor, lift the right fingertips, breath in. Find the fullness of the breath even in the constriction of the twist. Same principles apply. Fullness in breath, inhale, chest expands, 6 counts. Exhale, navel to spine for 4. I'm going to stay here for 1 more of those full breaths, in and out. And then on the in-breath, bring both hands to the floor. Tuck the back knee off the ground. Giant step forward to forward fold at the top of the mat. Half lift breath in. Exhale, fold. Mountain pose, sweep up. You can drop your hips and push into the floor, bent knees, and then rise up tall. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift breath in, Uttanasana, and then step back, downward facing dog. Amazing. We're going to do all of that on the left leg. So left leg sweeps up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tiger curl. Pull the knee into the chest, stack the shoulders over the wrist, squeeze the belly. In-breath, leg sweeps back for 6. Tiger curl for 4. One more time, sweep it back, super slow, juicy breath in. Tiger. On no breath, step the foot through, drop the back knee, fingers to the sky, in breath. Set yourself up for the first couple of breaths. Those cues remain the same. Ground down through the left heel. Squeeze the left hip back. Squeeze the right butt cheek. Right hip drives forward. A little bit of openness through the chest, but there's still power in the belly so we don't completely collapse out. Inhale, drop the elbows, cactus arms for 6. Navel to spine, exhale for 4. One more of those. Frame the front foot as you breathe in. And twist to the left. So right hand plugs to the inside of the left foot, left fingertips to the sky. Now you've got 3 breaths here. So finding as much breath and as much space through the chest as you can on the inhale. And navel to spine as you breathe out. Giving yourself as much fullness as you can, as much energy as you can, and really driving out through the exhale. On your 4th in-breath, left hand to the floor, unravel. Tuck the back knee. Giant step forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Sweep to the sky, in-breath. Forward fold, out breath. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg to the sky, in-breath. Tiger curl for 4. Footsteps between the hands. We're going to keep the back knee off the ground this time. It's getting hot in here. So staying in a high lunge, left knee off the ground, fingertips still on the ground. Push into the earth through the right heel. Feel the way that the butt activates in the bottom of your leg. Pull the right hip back. Squeeze the left butt cheek. Find length in the front body. So see if you can pull your collarbones through so that your torso is really long. Take an in-breath. Twist to the right. Left hand plugs to the floor. Right fingertips to sky. If that's too strong, you can drop the back knee like we did at the beginning. 3 breaths. Still working with the 6 count inhale, 4 count exhale. So that control and slowness of the breath means we stay here a little bit longer, a little bit more effort. We want to keep the breath super stable and clear and conscious and calm. It's the 4th inhale that brings the right arm back to the floor. Stay here as you breathe out. Ground down through both feet, particularly the right heel. Fingers to the sky, crescent lunge, in breath. Fingers to the sky. Exhale to arrowhead. So sweeping your torso over the front thigh. Arms reach back behind you. Stay here as you breathe in. Stay here as you breathe out. In-breath, step forward, hands to heart, chair pose. Next, inhale, mountain pose. Fingers to the sky, forward fold, exhale. Half lift, breath in. Make your way, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Tiger curl, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot between the hands. Set yourself up in your Anjaneyasana, your lunge. Pull through the collarbone so there's space in the spine, which you need anytime you're coming into a twist. Full breath in. Plug the right hand, left fingertips to sky and twist. Breath in. Full breath out. Squeezing that left inner thigh towards the right bicep. Giving yourself as much effort and energy as possible. In breath, left fingertips to the sky. Stay here as you breathe out. fingers to sky, crescent lunge, power up. Arrowhead, exhale, reaching over that front thigh, arms sweep behind you. Big breath in. Stay for the out breath. Giant step forward, inhale to chair pose, hands to heart, sink down low. Mountain pose, stand up tall, inhale, forward fold. Half lift, breath in, down dog. Right leg lifts, inhale, keep the breath slow even as you start to move with a bit more effort and a bit more flow. Tiger curl for 4. Step the foot through, breathe in, lengthen the front body. Twist to the right, exhale. Fingers to the floor, in breath. Stay here as you breathe out. Crescent lunge, lift up. Arrowhead, exhale. Step forward, chair. Wait for the out breath. Mountain pose, push into the earth, squeeze the butt. Forward fold. Half lift. Down dog. Left leg in for 6. Tiger curl. Lunge, lengthen front body, in breath. Twist to left. Fingers to the floor, in. Stay here as you breathe out. Crescent lunge, drive up. Arrowhead, exhale. Power through that front leg, stand tall, chair, inhale. Exhale, stay. Stand tall, in. Forward fold. Half lift, in. Down dog. I'm going to move through that one more time. Right leg to the sky, in breath. Tiger curl. Half lift in that lunge, just to lengthen through the front body. Twist to the right, left leg, left hand plugs to the floor. Right arm to the earth, in. Stay as you breathe out. Crescent lunge, lift, power up. Arrowhead. Giant step forward, chair pose. Squeeze the butt, drop the hips. Wait for the exhale. Mountain pose, push into the ground, fingers to sky. And fold. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, in breath. Just notice if you've lost that rhythm of the 6 count, 4 count breath practice, as the practice moves a little faster and you get a little bit tired and hot. The exhale takes you into the twist. Fingers back to the floor as you breathe in. Stay as you breathe out. Crescent lunge, rise up. Arrowhead, exhale. Power forward to chair. Exhale, sink the hips. Mountain pose, press into the floor, lift up. And fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Downward facing dog. Nice work. You should be feeling pretty warm. Coming into your downward facing dog. We're just going to slow the breath back down. If your mind got a little bit fast there. If you need to, for the next 5 breaths, drop your knees, come into a child's pose. And find that rhythm of breath. Inhale for 6. Exhale for 4. reconnecting with the fullness through the chest and the power and strength through the navel on the out breath. Amazing. We're all going to meet back in downward facing dog. If you had taken a little rest into child's pose, give yourself a big breath in and a full breath out. We're going to come into a scorpion pose just to open up through the right side body. So take the right leg to the sky, in breath for 6. And to take you into scorpion, before you move into the openness through the right side body, hook your right heel to your butt, like you're trying to kick yourself in the bottom. And then lift the leg up as though you're trying to stamp your foot on the ceiling. Then open the knee to the right. And then as though you're trying to stamp your foot over to the left, you then get this big juicy opening through the right side body. Breathe in fully to that right side. Stay for the exhale. Big breath in. Tiger curl, come back. Make your hips both face the floor before you pull the knee into the chest. Step through, crescent lunge, rise up. We'll land in a warrior 2 as you breathe out. So setting yourself in the foundations of your warrior, your front heel intersects the arch of the back foot. That left foot is slightly turned in. Knee tracks over the second toe to keep the thigh really open. We're going to take a reversed warrior, open up and inhale into the right side body. Then we're going to come into an extended side angle. So right elbow to knee, left arm up and overhead. Now breathing into left side body, stay really deep in that right hip. You can see my right knee is pretty much, or thigh is parallel to the floor. It's okay if there's a lack of flexibility allowing that, but the intention is to be super deep in the hip flexion on the right. Keep that right knee tracking back. Keep plugging down into the earth with the left knife edge of the foot. Fullness in breath, slow and steady and controlled. One more breath. Using all of the power in your legs, release the right arm off your knee, reverse the warrior, inhale. Windmill your hands to the floor, exhale. You're back in a lunge. Shorten the distance between your feet. Keep your feet on train tracks so they're hip distance apart. We're coming into a little pyramid pose. So we're going to take a half lift to let the collarbone shine forward. Send the pubic bone back, the heart space forward. So there's a lot of length in your spine. Take an in-breath. And then we're folding over that front leg. I know this is a bit of an icky pose to do first thing in the morning. It's great for opening up that back line of the leg. I want you to drop your breath now into your belly and come back to a 4 count inhale, 4 count exhale. You could do a 6 count inhale, 6 count exhale if you like, but dropping back into that equal rhythm of breath down into the belly, just to help integrate and calm the nervous system after all of the dynamic and powerful movement. Using the forward fold and the equal rhythm of breath just to help reintegrate, calm the nervous system so it doesn't get too fired up first thing in the morning.
I used to hate my teacher doing this pose first thing in the morning, but I, after doing it every day for 40 days, learned to love it. All right, we're going to take a little halfway lift. And then we're going to take a twist here. So it's a super strong twist because you can't really cheat out of this length in the back of the right hamstring. If you can't reach the floor, if your left hand is not reaching the floor on the inside of that right foot, a block or something under your hand will help. I really want your spine to be long. You can see my back is super flat. And then on the exhale, we'll twist right fingertips to the sky. You'll likely get a pretty juicy stretch down through the right glute, maybe down through the ITB, all the way down to your right knee. Just watch the breath become a little labored in all of the effort and perhaps the discomfort. And stay in the fullness of the equal breath, 4 in, 4 out. Amazing. Bring your hands to the floor as you breathe in. Bend your front knee. You're going to set yourself up to step back into downward facing dog. Give yourself a really big full breath. And let the breath go. Left leg to the sky, in breath. Scorpion pose, hook the heel to the bottom, press the leg up, open the knee, stamp the foot across to the right, big juicy opening through the left side body. Then fill up. Tiger curl, pull the knee through the center, square off the hips. Foot between your hands. Stand tall, crescent lunge as you breathe in. And then land in warrior 2. Couple of breaths here just to get that space really stable and strong. Lock back into the 6 count inhale. In breath, left arm to sky, reverse the warrior. Extended side angle, left elbow to left knee, right arm up and overhead. 6 counts in. 4 counts out. Really feel the navel pulling back, keeping the torso really sort of in this real strong linear shape. We're not overextending through the spine. We're keeping the belly tucked in, the rib cage over the hips. In for 6. Out for 4. Amazing. Then we're taking a reversed warrior. Keep the legs really stable and strong. Left arm to sky. Windmill your hands to the floor. Back into a lunge. Draw that right foot a little closer. So now we have this pyramid pose. Ideally, both of your toes are facing the front. You may need to turn that back foot out a little, or your back foot might need to be on the toe. It's working within whatever range you have. I want you to pull the left hip back. Shine the collarbones forward so the torso is long, just like in all those flat backs we did in that forward fold. Fold over the front leg, drop the breath into the belly and bring it back to an equal rhythm of breath. 4 in, 4 out. And take a little halfway lift, lengthen the spine, give yourself some space. And then we're twisting to the left.
So you can either take your hand on the inside of that left foot, or if you need to, like I definitely do on this side today, a block under the hand and rotate to the left, left fingertips to sky. If your butt is burning on big, deep stretch, I'll say sorry, not sorry. Maybe you'll learn to love it too. The in-breath will bring you out of the twist, so always wait for your inhale to release the twist. And we're going to take a giant step forward this time to come into a forward fold. Allow your hands to take whatever position they like. Maybe it's a ragdoll. Maybe your hands wrap around the back of your legs. It's one that I tend to gravitate towards. I really want you to bend your knees so you can see my whole torso is laying over my thighs. There's no gap. And then just drop the breath into the belly again. Breathing in equally, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Really use the breath and the specific ratios of breath to achieve specific outcomes. So a full lengthened in-breath will revitalize, uplift, bring in life force, bring in prana, bring in energy. It's tapping us into the sympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight state in a really subtle, safe way. Deep, deep forward folds and breaths down into the belly. Long, slow exhales, longer than the in-breath, calms and stabilizes the nervous system into the parasympathetic nervous system. An equal rhythm of breath just helps to stabilize and neutralize, not uplifting, not calming down, creating some central balance through the energy body and hopefully the mind. Take a little halfway lift on your next breath in. And you're going to come all the way down to the floor as you breathe out. Yay. I'm going to take the legs out in front of us. So coming into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So have that effort in the spine. What I'm really hoping you've gotten out of today is this sense of elevation and lift and some integrity in the spine. I think with all the stuff that's going on in the world today, there's just so much grief and sadness and fear, and we assume this pose, it's protecting our heart, exposing our back, which has a bit more robustness. So I'm really wanting you to find some space so that you can breathe and draw in all of this beautiful energy and life force that continues to exist. And even when shit is hitting the fan, let's take your fingers to the sky, breath in. Give yourself fullness in breath. Breathe out, draw navel to spine. Breath in as much as you possibly can for as long as you can. Navel to spine, exhale. One more, big, full breath. Fold all over the legs, exhale. Take a hold of your shins or feet, whatever you can grab. Halfway lift, pull the shoulders back, lengthen front body, collarbones are proud, shining through. Keep that integrity in the spine as you hinge from the hips a little bit more and not through the shoulders. So you're hinging deeper through hips, true length in the hamstrings. Half lift, breath in. Exhale, deepen that hinging from the hips. Maybe now you're not moving anywhere, you're at your full range. That's okay. One more in breath. And now let it all go. Allow yourself to fall over your legs wherever you can comfortably. Drop the breath back into the belly, just like we did in the pyramid pose. Equal breath in and out, feeling the fullness of the tummy, softness in the back body.
Chin gently anchors down to the chest. You're going to slowly place your hands on your legs and walk yourself back up into a high seat. Take your hands beside you, press into the floor so that you can really find this sense of elevation through the chest. Just close down your eyes for a minute and just notice how you're feeling energetically. Notice where energy is moving. If you're feeling really up around the head, or if it's feeling a little bit more grounded down around the hips, maybe you're feeling some fire in your belly after all the twisting. Also integrated quite a lot of work through the back body today, through the hamstrings and the effort in the back of the spine. Really targeting the bladder meridian, which is associated emotionally with fear and worry, and is a water element. So really trying to nourish the body, to detoxify, and purify and cleanse the body by working with particular energy lines. Really encourage you to drink a ton of water today if you can. Let's come all the way down onto our back just to help continue that process. You've started the day off in a really beautiful way. So keep that up, drinking as much as you possibly can. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big breath in. Let the breath go. Breathing in, take the arms out to the side. And take a spinal twist. Let your knees fall to the left, taking any variation that you like. I'm keeping my knees stacked. I'm going to keep that right shoulder plugged down to the floor. And keep the breath equal now. No need to continue working with that fullness in the inhale. I think you've worked pretty hard to give yourself a sense of vitality and energy this morning. And I do hope you're feeling more energized than when you began, perhaps also more tired because the body has worked really hard. Really focusing on the exhale, softening the body into the shape now, so letting go of any tension, landing in the twist with as much ease as possible. And like we have in all of our twists this morning, wait for the in-breath. Come back to the center. Stay on your back, making sure that the spine is aligned. And take another full breath in. And twist to the opposite side. You might find a twist to one side a little easier than the other. Just observe, notice, nothing for you to change. Waiting for the in-breath, coming back to center. Drawing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a little hug.
You're going to come into Shavasana, laying on your back. If you have a jumper close by, I suggest you pop it back on because your body will cool down, and it is cold out there. And as you allow yourself to come down onto your back into Shavasana, we're going to be here just for a few minutes, and then I will bring you back up into a seat to finish our practice with a little bit more breath work and meditation. So as you land there, give yourself a big full breath in. Allow any thought, any effort to leave the body. Of course, if you would rather just come straight up into a seat in a meditation, that is always available to you. Allow your awareness to notice the body breathing. Hopefully you're sensing a softness but fullness in your experience right now. I invite you to start bringing some gentle movement into the body. Maybe just begin by allowing your head sweep from side to side. Bringing in fuller breaths. Using the breath and the depth of the breath to reawaken out of your Shavasana. And then roll over to your favorite side. Make your way up to a seat. And hopefully there's a little bit more ease in finding a really good posture. Shoulders stacked on top of hips, spaciousness across the collarbones and the heart space, effort, power, integrity in the back body. Having your hands rested on your thighs or your lap, wherever you feel comfortable. I'm going to bring back in that gentle retention of the breath that we did right at the very beginning, just as a way to give ourselves a little extra boost before we get on with our day. So take a full breath in. Cleanse all of that away. Exhale, sigh out loud. Breathing in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath contained in the chest. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 6. Hold the breath. Exhale for 4. In for 6. This time, as you hold the breath, drop the chin in down towards the chest, engage the pelvic floor, activating the root lock at the base of the spine, and Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock. Then release the pelvic floor, lift the chin back up to a neutral position as you exhale. So breathing in for 6. Hold the breath in, lift the pelvic floor, lock the chin to the chest so that you're creating a container, blocking the energy from escaping and really holding that prana, that life force in the containment of the body. Then you'll lift the chin, release the pelvic floor, and then fully empty as you exhale. So breath in. Lock it in, draw the pelvic floor, lock the chin. Holding, feeling the spaciousness and fullness. Release the pelvic floor, lift the chin, release, exhale, completely empty. Breath in. Lock it in. Release the locks and empty out. We're activating Mula Bandha, this root lock at the base of the spine. We're activating the pelvic floor. The perineum lifts the sex organs, and we're containing the energy at the base of our energy field. And the throat lock, Jalandhara Bandha, allows us to literally compress and bring all of this prana into the body and hold it and feel this spaciousness and fullness. And notice, what I'm hoping you begin to experience is this real sense of clarity and stillness and this nothingness and this vast expansive space on the hold, the kumbhaka. We're going to do that just 2 more times. And then allow yourself to return to a natural rhythm of breath. Just take a moment to notice how you're feeling in the physical body, in your energy body, and in your mind. That revitalizing and uplifting practice on the full breaths in and the hold on the retention of the breath at the top of the inhale can cause a bit of distraction in the mind. So it's okay if the mind's feeling super busy. Just noticing the impact of the practice on your mental well-being, in your thoughts, your energy, and your physical experience. Just give yourselves a big full breath in. Let all the breath go. Bring your hands to your heart, your thumb tips nestled in at your sternum. Little honoring with Anjali Mudra to yourself, to the practice, and to one another. Bowing your head to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me and Kate this week. Namaste.